Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the weekly forecast for Taurus for the week beginning July the 3rd, 2017. How are you, Taurus? You'll notice I've got a different background today. The reason being the energies were crazy. My health wasn't that good, and I was like, right, okay, I want to actually go into nature and I want to do the cards here, and it has been wonderful. Honestly, there's something about reading in the outdoors. I'm barefoot, I'm feeling the wind on my face and everything, and I actually feel, normally by the end of the videos, I'm very, very drained. I feel energized, okay, so it's great. So like I say, go out in nature if you can. It's the best medicine you can get. So before I start this, Taurus, I just want to say I am going on holiday shortly, so if anybody does want a reading with me, please get in touch sooner rather than later. If you just go to my website, the links are below, the link is in the description. It's very easy, just click on what reading you want, it takes you to my schedule, there's all the different time zones and everything, so it's really easy to do. The thing is, I won't be doing any readings when I'm away, so if you think you might gonna need one sooner rather than later, if not, that's absolutely great. I just would hate to disappoint you. You know, I'm taking a break from readings. I still probably will be doing the daily videos, but I'm not going to be doing any personal readings when I'm away. Okay, so that's it, business taken care of. So now I'm looking at your week. Now what I do is I initially pull a few cards, and this gives me an overall, like, what is going on initially, but then I carry on pulling cards, okay, so I don't know where each reading is going. But what I'm getting as the basis, like the foundation for your week this week, is spiritual practice, Taurus. There is some reason you need to expand your consciousness, so I feel meditation is massive. You know, you could be going into sort of a new age bookstore, buying new books, you could be buying yourself tarot cards, something like this, you know, because I feel there's a learning coming, there's lessons, and it's like you are, you know, the universe has been a little bit strict with you, and I feel that this week it's like there's a lot of illusions going to disappear this week, or a lot of illusions are going to be sort of found out, okay? It's like you are pulling the veil away and you are seeing things how they really are, not how you thought that they were, okay? So like I say, there's a lot of lessons. This is sort of like, for some reason, there's an awakening coming for you this week, and it's a very, very spiritual foundation or spiritual practice here. So some of you do yoga or whatever, you know, this week is really, if some of you are going on a healing retreat, workshops or anything like that, I feel, you know, it's going to be massively beneficial for you, because what I'm feeling here is this week is sort of the start of you starting a new life or a new way of being, you know, and this is going to help you to sort of get over the struggles that you have been facing, because I feel like things have been pretty tough for you, Taurus, you know, and it's like this is sort of, it's like light shining, being shone on you, okay? So it's like light at the end of the tunnel here, but I feel like this is more an illumination. So it's like, rather than a light, it's like your inner light is shining, but you know, there's this big light. It's sort of like, it wouldn't surprise me looking at this reading if this huge angel just came down in front of you, you know, and you got a vision, or you got some, you know, like sort of some sort of prophecy becomes aware to you this week, you know. Sorry, this is how it's sort of coming through to me. But I feel that you will have a test, so I feel you're going to be all geared up with this, feeling all zen, you know, and everything like that. Things are starting to make sense, but I then feel that there's a test for you coming sort of midweek as to whether this is the life you want, because I feel that there's going to be a temptation where you will let your ego take over, okay? There's something going to happen this week, I feel midweek, maybe Wednesday, where, you know, you will feel scared. There's a scared, and your fear will kick in. I feel this could be to do with emotions, or this could be to do with being hurt, and it's like, you know, do you let your ego sort of dive straight in and tackle it in the way that you have tackled things in the past? I don't feel that you will, but I feel they're just showing this to let you know that, you know, when you work from a soul level, look at what you've learned, look at what you've learned about consciousness, look at what you've learned about going inward and not letting outside distractions actually affect you. You know, your ego doesn't want that. Your ego doesn't want to die off, because if it dies off, then it doesn't have a job, you know. But if you look at areas where your ego has actually caused you struggles, you know, you can then switch it and switch to your consciousness, and this is where you are going to, you know, it's like you are free from your ego now. You are free from these bad habits that you may have developed, you know, throughout life. I also feel some of you as well will be more aware of situations that drain you energetically as well. It's like your energy, all of your spidey senses sort of thing are on point, so you're actually sort of, you know, there's an awareness coming this week as well. And I feel this is allowing you to feel like, you know, you do have a bit control in it, but you also know that the universe has a lot of control as well. So there's a great deal of surrender coming, but also working with the universe and saying, right, okay, we're going to strike a deal here. This is what I want, and I'm prepared to work with you if you're going to work with me. So like I say, this is sort of, you know, you working together with the universe here. Now, some of you may be looking at traveling or relocating, because, you know, I'm seeing a sort of move on living areas, or a decision to actually do this. You know, some of you might be like, well, after doing this reading, it wouldn't surprise me if some of you like sort of packed a bag and went off to Nepal or something like that, you know, because this is what it's like. There's this spiritual world calling you. I don't know if you ever read that book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. This is it, you know. It's like, you know, it's getting rid of the material. You are in search of spiritual riches now, and this is where the change is coming in you, but this change will come in your world. It was Gandhi that said, be the change you want to see in the world, and this is what I feel is coming in now. You know, this could mean some of you could be even going to a retreat or something. It's a very, very spiritual feel is coming in this week. And I feel something could come out of the blue as well, something that will allow you to really let go of the past, let go of either a habit that was formed when you were a child, or some hurt that was actually a sort of you experienced as a child as well. And I feel if this is connected with control, or if this is connected with a strictness, a sternness, this is what I'm getting. I feel this is now you can actually cut ties with it. So it's like, you know, you're cutting ties, but you're sort of getting more switched on, you know. It's like you have a new way of being. And I really feel, I mean, once you let spirit in, this is when, you know, you start to feel full. So it's like this, something that has been missing. It's like you couldn't put your finger on it, you didn't know what it was, you know. Something that has been missing in your life is suddenly going to appear this week, and I feel this is more on a spiritual level. Very, very deep reading this Taurus, and it's like I really feel that you're gonna be very, very psychic. There's a lot of understanding coming this week, and there's an opening of your heart as well. So I feel that there's like, but I mean, spirit is pure love, you know. When you accept spirit into your life, you know, then you know what it's like to feel love, you know. And this is where I feel that you're coming from this week. But like I say, we've got this little test midweek to see, are you ready for this? But I feel this is like it's like you are starting a journey but finishing one as well. It's so strange. It's like you are now embracing happiness, but there's only more to come with this. It's like you've passed your first test and you're now going up into the big school of spirituality here. Where there was blocks, there is now love. You know, this is what they're saying. It's like, you know, love is all around, if that makes sense. And I really feel you're going to be celebrating this. There's a celebration of life. There's a massive feeling of gratitude coming in as well. There's a feeling of having everything that you need, you know. Like I feel the ego makes us want things, you know. So you may have had all of these wants in the past. This week I see you sort of looking around and thinking, I have everything I need, you know. So there's a real proper sort of hippie vibe here going on, you know, but I love it. I really, really like this. And I feel, you know, by letting this love in, this is going to allow you to give it out. There's a security coming with this as well. There's a new beginning, there's a new idea, there's a new start coming for you. You know, at one time you may have thought you weren't good enough, or you weren't sort of experienced enough to do it. Now you are seeing yourself, you know, you are seeing yourself as the beautiful being that you are, you know, rather than somebody that has flaws or whatever that you may have focused on in the past. Now this is like, you know, you are looking in the mirror, you are making peace with yourself, and you are realizing that you are a spiritual being having a human experience and not the other way around. So like I say, massive well done, you know, great. This is like, you know, I can sort of almost hear angels singing there, you know. I'm not going to try and do it because my singing voice is terrible, but I really feel this is allowing you to let go of any sadness. You know, this is it. You are moving on now, you know, you are moving up a level, you are moving up a level vibrationally as well, and it's you are steering yourself away from anything that has not being good for you, you know. This is it. You are sort of looking at yourself a bit like you know, like Scrooge in A Christmas Carol, where he has to go back and he has to, the ghost of Christmas past and stuff like that. This is what it's showing here, you know. So it's like you can look back. It's sort of like, I don't know if any of you do lucid dreaming or anything, so this may come in a dream, but it's like you're sort of rising above a level so you can see, and if you see the situation sort of from up high, they don't seem as complicated than as what they have seen when you're staring them in the face. So this is it. There's a great deal of love coming for you. There's happiness coming for you. I don't know if this love is connected with relationships. It's not showing me anything there, but I feel it's connected with you. So there's a lot of self-love here. You know, the relationships will come after. They've just said, you know, it will all come in time. This is about you. It's about learning to love you. It's about learning to love and learning the real meaning of love as well, you know. And this is it. I really feel, like I say, travel is linked very strongly, but I don't know if this is just, you know, you are traveling or astral traveling or something like that, you know. This is a proper spiritual reading. What you have at one time held back, you are now ready to embrace. Okay, so I hope that made sense to you, Taurus. I'm going to pull a spirit card to see what we have here. What a fabulous reading. They have been so bizarre out here. Honestly, they've wow. Just wow. Like I say, spirit working in funny ways, and you're gonna see that this week. So right, spirit card for Taurus for week beginning July the 3rd. Moon Goddess, look at that. What a fantastic card. Look at the aura on that, you know. It's like, yeah, this is it. You are going up a vibration, and what this is saying is, you know, a time of necessary upheaval is a blessing in disguise. As the dust settles, the gift reveals itself. Now, I feel this time of upheaval, this necessary upheaval has already been, and I feel it this week. It's the gift that is going to reveal itself. I feel it's your gift is going to reveal itself as well, because every single one of us is a gifted individual, and we all are here to serve, and we're all here to give something back to the world. So this is about realizing what your gift is, realizing how powerful you are, and realizing how much you are connected to the universe, and that you have a job here to do, you know. So wow. And like I say, she's sitting in meditation pose as well there. So I hope that made sense to you, Taurus. I love that one. God, there's been so many crazy readings today. But if that made sense to you, please get in touch and let me know. Like I say, I don't get a chance to answer all the comments, but I do read every single one of them. And if you would like a reading with me, please get in touch via my website. And apart from that, it's like expect the unexpected this week. Anything could happen. You know, it's like I say, I feel there is a lot of spiritual guidance around you. And, you know, it's just waiting for you to step up and ask what your role is, you know, because I do feel it'll be apparent. Okay, so have an absolutely fabulous mind, body, spirit week, Taurus. Okay, Satnam.